Today we're going to look at every car that's in the stable. Hey everybody, welcome again to the BlvckFlagd YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at every car that's in the stable. Every single thing we've got. We're going to show you all the project cars, all the cars that run, maybe the stories behind them. We're going to start right here in my garage at home at my house. Then we're going to take you to the shed, the hack shack, and a couple other places where everything's hidden, every car, all that stuff. But one thing, everything's gonna look disgusting because we've gotten like 8 inches of rain in the last day. It's getting ready to snow. Everything's wet and really gross, especially my garage. So we're starting with the home garage, which is kind of a mess. It's in the middle of being remodeled into like a video studio. But the issue is because we've had 8 inches of rain, I've got water everywhere. The water just flows in under the walls. But that's the home garage. You can see the ceiling's painted all white because it will reflect this nice light, make everybody look really good like it's a big soft box. So we're gonna start with the RattyChevelle. So you've probably seen this before on Instagram, all over. It runs good. After Hot Rod Power Tour this last year, after driving it for like 3,500 miles or however far it was, I was just tired of riding in it. It really needs different seats in the front. They're super uncomfortable and my back hurt for a really long time. I've got a bunch of junk in here while I'm working on the garage, but seats look nice, but the springs are all worn out, so it's not super comfortable. Then under the hood, this is the original inline 6 that came with the car. It's the inline 6 Power Glide car. A really low option car. I've never even seen a two-door with an inline 6 in it. That's this year. Basically what we did to it, HEI distributor, so it starts, this thing starts like a brand new car. You'd think it'd be fuel injected, but it's not. And then this is a turbo setup off a Pontiac 301, those like late 70s, early 80s cars that were kind of notorious for being pretty bad, and it's a draw through. So polycarb manifold being sucked into the turbo, big 3-inch downpipe, and it just blows it straight into the manifold where the 1-barrel carb used to be. So this thing, it runs really good. It cruises really good. On Hot Rod Power Tour, I could cruise like 70, 80, and I think I got like 16, 17 miles to the gallon, even with that Power Glide. But it is not fast. It leaks every single fluid and it stinks, like you need to take a shower afterward. This is getting ready to get torn down. Engine's coming out for something else. New floors are being put in it, probably some body work. So a pretty plain car. I didn't even put new seats in it. They're like just nasty. I put some new carpet in it and under 50,000 miles that I'm pretty sure are original, but it has been wrecked. I don't know what panels are original. Everything's a different color on this car. Underneath here is blue paint, green paint. The back is silver. And here is the nasty quarter panel. Obviously it was hit in the rear and all that Bondo has fallen out, so you can fit your hand up in that hole. This came with a parts car and the parts car was hit in the same spot, so there's nothing I could do with it. Next we're gonna take you outside, and outside there is a Hellcat and my wife's Denali. There's not much to say about those. The Denali, nice 6-liter, 400 horse 6-liter. It's a great truck, use it all the time. And then obviously the Hellcat. And you will notice up top the Power Tour 2017 sticker when the Chevelle didn't make it. All right, we are down here now at the hack shack and we're gonna get the project rundown, everything that's down here. So first we're gonna start with the 64 Chevy. 64 Chevy belonged to my grandpa. He bought this, I don't know, it's maybe been in the family 10 or 12 years. And now it belongs to Ryan, who you maybe have seen on our Instagram or on the channel. Just a basic, nice truck, 5-lug swap, 12-bolt rear, disc brakes. And it's got a 350 and a 350 turbo out of like a 70s Camaro. So speaking of 70s Camaro, you saw this in the last video, our project car reveal. Now we can see it in the light, and this is a 78 Camaro Z28. We're gonna get started on this as soon as we get back from Tucson. I'm pretty pumped to get started on this car because it's really clean and really nice, despite all the dirt and rain and water and stuff you see on it. So that's the Z. Let's get a better look at it. And it's still wet from yesterday. Behind that is a Suburban. I can't remember what year this Suburban is. I bought the Suburban for the engine and trans. Brakes were all rusted out on it, so it ran and drive good, but it did not stop. The engine out of it is right there. Trans is on the ground over there. Originally, those were gonna go in the Chevelle, but I think they're gonna go in this. Next up, you are probably familiar with the Miatakart, our $200 Miatakart that we bought, cut everything off and caged. Got to scramble to do some more work on this in the next 2 or 3 days. Then we've got some more stuff over here on the other side. You don't see this very much. I've not shown it much, but this is my vintage RV. I think it's a 1990, maybe a 91. Chevy 1-ton chassis maybe with a 350. It's got a turbo 400 in it. It's one of those 90s TBI 350s that will run forever. It's never gonna die. It runs good. It's gonna be super reliable. This thing is actually pretty nice for how old it is. It might be too dark in there to see. It's pretty messy right now because it's winterized. I keep car parts up there on the shelf. It's also our bathroom and our place to wash hands here at the shop. Pretty basic, nice RV. I've taken a couple road trips in it and it runs good. It's fine, everything works. I actually got it because I thought it would be really cool to tow a race car to the track, have a place to wash your hands, your own toilet, a place to sit and eat a meal, air conditioning hang out in. But it turns out like Class C RVs are really bad for towing things because the frames are so long, they're not built for it. All right, funny story about this RV. The very first time that I took it on a trip, pulled into a gas station and Cletus McFarland was there in his RV, pulling his trailer with, I'm assuming, Leroy behind it. I yelled, "Hell yeah, brother," for the first time ever in my life out the window of this thing. All right, next up is the Mustang. This is my 2002 Mustang GT convertible. It is also actually a pretty nice car, pretty clean. So I bought this, and as I was driving it home, the 4.6 in it blew up. So then I bought a 5.4. And when I got that 5.4 home, it was also blown up because the guy was not honest with me. So then I went and I found a running Navigator with a 5.4 in it. I heard it run, I revved it up. It worked good, and so that's what I have. And that was sitting in my garage at home, so that's gonna go in there pretty soon. And like I said, we've got like 8 inches of rain in the last day or two, so this place is just disgusting like everything else around here. This next project vehicle is my dad's C1500 short bed, and it's actually like a clone of a truck that I'll show you here in a little bit. So it's kind of a parts truck. I think we're gonna throw it together, flip that too. These trucks are exactly the same as the 454 SS trucks, but they have V6 and a 5-speed. So I think that's everything here. I'm gonna take you to show you like 2 more things, but they're not even here. Okay, last 2 or maybe 3 is tracker that belongs to my dad, and it's for sale if anybody wants a 2-wheel drive tracker that's really nice. Cabrio, I wouldn't necessarily call that one of our project vehicles. And then over here, another Chevy short bed C1500. This one belonged to my grandpa. He bought it like in 1991 or 1992. And it's lowered, it's been around for a long time, and it's gonna start to get restored pretty soon. Have some work done to it. All right, that was all of our project cars. Now, if you want a free RattyChevelle sticker, there's a link down in the description that tells you how to get one. As long as you subscribe, we will send you a free sticker until we run out. There's only like a couple hundred right now. Also, if you want to win a t-shirt, comment below what your favorite project vehicle is of ours, and we'll pick one of those comments and we will send you a free t-shirt.